Whether you like it or not, social media is a tool, right? If you want to grow, you can't ghost your audience and expect them to remember you. You can't disappear and expect to be at the top of mind, because on the social media platform, there are a lot of voices, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of exposure to different people. So you're seeing a lot of people in a short amount of time. You're going to be forgotten, right? You're going to be forgotten. So you have to be at the top of memory. So that doesn't actually mean become someone you're not. It means stretching into who you are becoming. You have to stretch yourself. You have to try. You have to do something beyond yourself to get where you want to get to. And this was one of my biggest mindset shifts that I help my clients make. And that's learning to show up authentically, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because visibility isn't vanity. It's not that you want to be seen and you want to be out there, rah, rah, rah. It's not that. It's a service, right? Someone is waiting on what you carry, and they can't receive it if they don't see you. If you don't show up, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't share your gift to the world, if you don't share your perspective and how you work, people will not gravitate to you. They will not show up for you. You won't be able to help them if you can't show up to convey that information. You won't be able to convey that information if you're living inside of yourself, and if you don't tap into something that allows you to come outside of your shell. I sometimes, imagine what it was like before, social media, because now I really can't remember. And I'll tell you, before social media, business felt harder. It felt harder. Um, it felt more tedious. But social media now adds a different element. And with the way the world is right now, with the way the economy is right now, it's in your best interest to show up. Yes, we know the algorithm is always changing. We can see that likes have gone down. We can see that engagements have gone down, but it's still not a reason to not show up. It's still no reason to not make yourself known. I see many people that do the same thing technically, right? I do what other people do on the internet. It's not different. It's not it kind of looks and sounds the same, but what you get from it is who the person is. You're looking at different people have different way of conveying different messages. They're saying the same thing, but it comes out differently. Remember, you're not going to be for everybody, just like the next person you see who's doing what you're doing is not going to be for everybody. We're in different regions, we're in different city, we're in different town, we're in different parts of the world. Our audience is different. The variables are so much different. So don't think that because someone else is doing what you're doing, and this might be a different topic, but because someone else is doing what you're doing, it means your voice is not valuable. It means your message should not be heard. It means your voice should not be heard, because that's not how it works. You're going to build confidence and growth by doing things that are uncomfortable. What started my journey of coming outside of my normal self? Like, yes, I am an outgoing person, but I do have shy moments, absolutely. But what started that was feeling something inside of me, God, showing me and having me feel that I was destined for more. And I wanted to become that person. I longed to become that person. I craved that person. I prayed to become that person. And what I tried to do was, okay, think about it. If I'm going to try to become this person, what does that look like for me? Right? I started reading more books. I started, um, you know, praying more. I started just listening to some real intellectual things, and it really elevated my thinking and my thought process and my vocabulary. And it really showed me that this person is inside of me. She's there. She's right there. She needs to be accessed. She needs to be nurtured. She needs to be treated. right? And even if there are nerves, which are completely normal, and I don't want anyone to ever think that, you know, people are out here just, being bubbly all day. No, the richest of the richest, they have nerves, right? It has nothing to do with the amount of money that you have, the amount of anything you have. It has truly has nothing to do with that, right? So we have to work on developing confidence. And with this social media platform, I do know there are many. So to ease your nerves, I'm going to suggest a few things that you need to do to help you in this journey, right? I remember I started a challenge about getting out, just getting your face out there, and people had a lot of hard times to go live and to just share your story, share a little bit about yourself, or ask a question and then answer it live. And people had a really hard time doing that. But you really have to train yourself. And it starts here. Create a safe starting point for yourself, right? Create a safe starting point for yourself. And you can do that by picking one platform. Not five, because there are many, as I just said, but we want to pick one. Pick one and start showing up where you feel most comfortable. I love Instagram. I'm on YouTube and I'm still getting used to YouTube. It's not a comfortable space for me, I must admit, but I'm doing it in my own way, right? So start showing up where you feel most comfortable. So whether it's Instagram stories, LinkedIn, or short videos, show up there. And how you can get to start introducing yourself is by asking questions, just like the challenge I featured or I had some months ago. Ask a question to your audience and you can answer it live. That will give you a taste of like what to do or where to start, right? But you have to show up and be seen in that way and start with some place you're comfortable, right? Number two is set boundaries with yourself. Set boundaries with yourself. So I know we see people posting every day, your favorite social media person, influencer, business influencer, posting every day, sometimes 3 times a day. And listen, I used to be the person that's like, oh, I gotta, but no, I don't gotta, because my speed is different from their speed, my calling, my ministry, my business model, how I move and flow is different from everyone else. And that's something I just have to accept for myself, right? So I don't want to dictate how you should post, but because you're getting used to the platform and showing up, schedule 1 or 2 days to create and post. I take I take exactly that 1 or 2 day to create and post. So don't wait for inspiration on that either. If something speaks to you, do it. Make it a non-negotiable situation like brushing your teeth or like showering. It's something you have to do, right? Quick test you can do is, if you're already posting, you can search your insights. That's why I always recommend look at the data, search your insights and see which posts perform the best. And you can either repost it or rejig it. With AI in the mix, there's so many things you can do with that's going to allow you to do content better, to make your content better, to make making content for you easier. So I want you to use the tools that are available to you as well. And number three, I want you to focus on one person. So each time you create content, think of one person you're helping. Not everybody, one person. And that human connection removes the pressure. When you think you're speaking, and that's why it's important to know your ideal client, that one winning person, to know them inside and out, because you're going to be able to picture them in your mind when you're speaking, and that takes the pressure off of you.